everybody. Happy Sunday, y'all. Welcome to another live video with your girl Tasha. I'm checking in with a video of Love After Lockup review, season 5, episode 8. Here comes the lie. If this is your first time joining me for my live review, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for all of my new subscribers who have joined this wonderful Redefine Me family. And for those of you who are in the waiting room like, considering if you want to join or not, go ahead and click the subscribe. It is free 99. It is a great way to support my channel and help me to reach the masses, y'all. Okay, so we're gonna get started with the video. If y'all hear my fan, it's hot. Like, Georgia's weather is so up and down at this time of year. Like, it's cold in the morning, then by the time you get to the daytime, it's hot, and I'm just kind of like, I need this fan right here. So hopefully y'all can still hear me. I'm trying to get my chair situated because I always feel like I'm so close. Hopefully y'all can hear me with the fan still on, because I need it because I'm hot. So let's get started on these couples, y'all. This review, if I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, it was like a 5. I mean, it gave a little something, but not really that much. So it was just like a 5 for me. A 5 for me, that's all I'm gonna give it. It wasn't a whole bunch going on. It was just a little bit of sauce, you know what I'm saying? Like a little bit. It wasn't a whole bunch. But I'm gonna give y'all what I got for the review. Y'all, I don't know what this is on my forehead. I don't know if something bit me or what. You might not can't even see it, but I know it's there and I can see it. So if y'all are watching my replay, shout out to the replay gang, and y'all be like, what the heck is that on her forehead? Something bit me, don't know what it is. These last minute seasonal bugs do not know how to just die off and drift away or go into hibernation. They gotta bite you or something. I don't know, child. But anyway, y'all ain't come for that. Let's get started. So the first couple I'm gonna start with is Chelsea and Mikey, okay? Chelsea, you know, last week Mikey came out of the lawyer's office and Chelsea was in her feelings about her benefits being cut. So she was a little dramatic, right? And so Mikey was just like, listen, you got an attitude, you mad. I'm not going to get in a car with you until you stop acting like this. And so Chelsea was like, well, fine, don't get in the car with me. And she peeled out. Left Mikey standing there outside. And if y'all see my little book, my little composition book, I take notes on this show so I can make sure that I do not forget anything. Sometimes I'll look down and that means I'm consulting my notes so I can stay on track. But if I keep looking straight at y'all, then that means I'm on the road. I remember what happened. So anyway, she came back. Of course she was going to come back. The producers was probably like, girl, look, you signed a contract with us. We need you to go back and pick up Mikey. Do not leave because you are in a contract with us. We don't care how frustrated you are. We got to get this footage. Go back and pick up Mikey. So a few moments later, she goes back and she picks up Mikey. Mikey talking about he mad at her. He don't like getting like this. And I'm like, ooh, don't poke the bear. Don't bring Mikey to a level that we don't like. Because right now, I'm liking Mikey. He's like the only male on here that I like. And so I'm like, please don't poke him, Chelsea, and make him turn into something else. So after Chelsea went back and got him, they went to go see his daughter. He said he wanted to go see his daughter. I think her name was Haley or Haley, one of those. Put in the comments if you know the exact name. He went to go see her, and let me tell you something. Haley was so overjoyed to see her dad. She touched my heart so much. Their bond and their relationship was so amazing. She jumped up on him. She gave him a hug. She said she misses her dad. She has not seen him, I believe, in 4 years. She said the thing she missed about her dad the most was the fact that he gave the best hugs. I was like, oh, so beautiful, so sweet. She had made him a Valentine's Day card. She gave the Valentine's Day card to him with a little piece of chocolate and stuff. Just a really beautiful moment. And she was over at the sister's house. So maybe the mom dropped off the daughter over the sister's house and then he went over there to see the daughter. Mikey says that him and the mom got a good relationship and everything, and so it shouldn't be no drama. But Mikey went in first to meet the daughter, and Chelsea stayed outside. Now, pause. When Chelsea wasn't trying to come in, I said, baby, she better not talk about she don't want to meet his child. Because if you want him to be a father figure to Trevor, your son, then you better get in there and meet his child. But Chelsea just felt uncomfortable because she's hearing impaired, of course, and she was like, you know, she didn't want to feel left out. She didn't want to feel like she was being a burden on the time because you have to stop and translate for her and everything. So Mikey did go outside and get Chelsea eventually, and he said, you know, come on in the house. You know, I want you to meet my daughter. So she came in. The daughter actually learned a few things inside, and Chelsea said that made her feel really good, made her heart really warm, that she was so accepting by his family, by people who are trying to learn the language to communicate with her. What else? Oh, after, and not much happened with them. After the visit was over, you know, him and Chelsea, Mikey and Chelsea and the daughter, they played outside and everything. They got to know each other, all of that. The mom came to pick up the daughter. Mikey walked the daughter out to the mom. Chelsea was like, I'm going to stay in here because I don't want no baby mama drama. And I don't know why Chelsea feels like it was going to be drama. You don't even know the lady. You ain't met the lady. You don't know what her response was going to be to you. But Chelsea felt that way because she feels like that she has never dealt with a guy that has a child. So she said this was her first encounter with a guy who had a child. Right? But you want them to accept your children though, Chelsea. I'm just saying. What else? So after he took the daughter to the mom and everything and they left, Mikey's sister said, you know, do you think it's wise for you to go ahead and move with Chelsea, you know, to Ohio? You know, you just got out, you didn't have interaction with your daughter for 4 years. Do you think it's wise for you to leave? And the way the daughter hung on to Mikey, the way she loved on him and everything, I feel like you shouldn't go, Mikey. He even said that he was having second thoughts because of that day that he had with his daughter and that he missed so much. You missed 4 years. I feel like if you have young children, you should not be trying to make no big moves without them. If the parent is still around, there's no way you should be trying to pack up and leave. Sidebar, I have a daughter, right? My daughter's now 19. And so when I moved to Georgia, she was 13. And I did not have to deal with getting clarity from her father and things of that nature because her father had passed when my daughter was 3 years old. And so I was able to pick up and go with my daughter and relocate it and build a new life for us here without having to check in with the parent. That is the only way that I feel like you would be able to just go on and move somewhere without any consent. But if the parent is still around and they're still very much involved in the child's life, you just can't pick up and think that you're going to move and leave with a child. And if you're not leaving with the child and you're moving by yourself, now you're leaving the child behind and you're missing out on great moments with the child. Mikey already said that he missed out on a lot of great moments because he was locked up with his daughter. So Mikey, please reconsider. I think that you and Chelsea should put it on pause. Maybe consider spending a couple of years in Kentucky with your daughter and everything, at least until she maybe gets to middle school or junior high school, to a point where she can get on a plane by herself and maybe travel and come and see you. But I don't think you should just be up and choosing to just, you know, leave your daughter after you didn't see her for 4 years. So anyway, that's my bit of advice. If Mikey ever come across my page or my channel or whatever, just want to drop that up in here. That's all that happened with them. Nothing really major happened with them. So we're going to move on to the next couple, which is Melissa and Louie. So we already know last week Melissa had took Denny. I don't know why I was about to say Denny to the dentist. Child, I don't know. Anyway, last week Melissa had took Louie to the dentist. And y'all know that Louie's teeth is jacked up. Right? It's jacked up because he did drugs, and it's also jacked up because he says that the prison system don't care about their teeth. If it is impacted or something, they do a temporary filling. That filling fall out. They're not going to keep putting the temporary filling. What they're going to do is yank them suckers out, and they're going to throw them to the side like it's day old cheese, which I think is really, really messed up. But anyway, Melissa took Louie to see a dentist, and the dentist informed Louis that he had two options. He could either do implants or he can do dentures. The implants are permanent, and those implants are going to run them, get this y'all, about $30,000. That's right, $30,000. But the dentures, on the other hand, is only going to cost them about $4,000. So this week, Melissa had a come to Jesus meeting, on the light bulb must have came on her head, because she was like, I'm not paying no freaking $30,000. That is a lot of money. I don't have that at the time, but I can swing about $4,000 for the dentures. Now remember, Melissa last week said she didn't want no grandpa mouth. She didn't want to wake up and be like, have Louis looking like that. She was like, he need to put them dentures in the morning before I wake up, so that I don't have to wake up to grandpa mouth. Child, please, let me tell you something, listen. If you think that you're going to be up here sleep, or you're going to be up here waking up, and Louis going to already be up like this, no. What if he's still asleep when you wake up? I mean, and you want to tell him goodbye because you're going to work or whatever. He going to have grandpa mouth. That's just what it is. And that's what y'all can afford right now. Grandpa mouth. Right? This is her words. Grandpa mouth, not mine. So Melissa drove him back to his mom's house, right? And she was like, she's about to leave and go to the airport. Louis is like, you don't want to come inside. And I'm thinking to myself, Louis, have you watched the interaction between Melissa and your mom? Why the heck would she want to come inside? The mom don't even like her. I wouldn't have wanted to come inside and say bye either. For what? So when they pull up to the house and they're hugging, about to give each other a kiss and stuff, and the mom hangs out the door and says, hey. I'm like, oh Lord, there go Miss Donna. She hangs out the door and says, hey, where you going? She was like, well, I'm about to leave. And she's like, you're not gonna come inside? And I'm thinking to myself, Miss Donna, are you and Louis crazy? Melissa don't like you. She don't want to come inside and say goodbye. She was like, no, because I'm late for my plane. And Miss Donna feels the need to get in her last little dig in Melissa, and she says, well, you're going to be late for the plane either way. You're going to be late either way. You're always late, or whatever she's going to say. I said, and see, and that's why she didn't want to come inside and say bye to your old, evil, disgruntled, bitter old self. I don't like going on people mamas, but Miss Donna is a nasty mama. Okay. What else happened with them? That was it. Melissa left, and I guess next week we're going to see what happens with Louis. Oh, Louis, when he got in the house after Melissa left, he was talking to his mom and everything. They're having a heart-to-heart. He's saying that Melissa's gone, and Miss Donna is saying that's messed up. She didn't want to come on the inside. Louis was telling Miss Donna about their date, and he was saying how, you know, the date went not so great because Melissa got jealous, and they had a little argument, disagreement about that. And Miss Donna, of course, backing Louis up, and she's just like, well, I mean, you are an attractive man. And I'm like, I guess he has the face that the mother has to love. So she was just like, you know, that's not good, you know, amen to everything Louis says. So Louis then has an emotional moment with Miss Donna. He says something about he always messes up. And if y'all hear a noise, y'all, please forgive me. That is the garage downstairs, and I hope it didn't come across in the video, but I don't know. Anyway, so he has an emotional moment. He buries his head in Miss Donna's chest, and he's just like, you know, he always messes up, and he has a little emotional cry moment and all of that. And I'm just like, wow, okay, you know, Louis, pull it together, because yes, we all make mistakes, Louis, that is true, and some make them more than others. However, God has given you another opportunity, a second chance to come out of that mistake. Just go forward. Your friend has already offered you a job. Go forward, get the job, okay? Work your job, save your money and everything. If you're going to move to New Jersey with Melissa and begin y'all life together, go ahead and start the paperwork for that. Like, keep your mind focused on positive things. When all hell is breaking loose around you, the best thing to do is to focus on gratitude. Focus on the things that you do have presently in front of you, and work on the rest of the things that you're attaining for. Anyway, sidebar moment, my encouragement moment to Louis and anyone else who needed to hear that. Let's move on to the next couple, y'all, which is going to be Brittany and Key Rocks. We got them on this episode. And we get Key Rocks opening up, and you know, when he was in jail, they gave him testosterone shots. Okay, y'all know he is transgender and he's making the transition into a male. They gave him testosterone shots in there, but since he's been out, he does not have a at-home nurse or whomever to administer these testosterone shots. And so Key Rocks decided he's going to do it on his own. Why? I don't even like needles, right? But it's not even that so much about the needles that it is about you are injecting yourself with some type of substance, medication. I stay in my lanes. I don't go outside of my lanes. If I need a good wig, I go to a stylist to put a wig on, or a lace front, or whatever. If I need my nails done, I go to the nail shop. You see, I got my nails. I go to the nail shop. I stay in my lane. If I need a good beat of makeup done, I have a makeup artist that I go to. I stay in my lane. I do not go outside of my lane. Certain lanes are for certain people. Key Rocks. Medication is for healthcare professionals. So he goes and he has this needle, and him and Brittany are sitting there trying to figure it out, like Tweedledee and Tweedledum, not calling them dumb, but just the term or phrase. Tweedledee and Tweedledum sitting there trying to figure out how the heck to put this testosterone inside of Key Rocks. I'm like, oh my God, what if they stab it in the wrong place? They are going to mess something up. So after they did it, a few moments later, Key Rocks says he doesn't feel good, and I'm like, oh Jesus. I said, this is why you let the professionals do their job, right? So Brittany, Brittany is like, do you want to go to the doctor? Key Rocks is like, no. So he just lays down, and I'm like, no, you don't feel good, and you just injected yourself with testosterone. Like, go to the doctor. You know what I'm saying? He just said he didn't feel like himself and everything. Probably the dosage was wearing off that he had got last from being locked up, and he was just like going through the withdrawals and needing to have that boost of testosterone. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm very ignorant when it comes to the LGBT AI plus. I don't know. I don't even know all the terms. When it comes to that community, I'm very ignorant. I don't know nothing, because everything with them changes on the daily, so I just don't know. So if I say something that's not correct, you know, put it in the comments, let me know, because I'm not sure. I don't know about that community. So he lays down. The next morning he gets up. He says, I feel better. Brittany says, you scared me. I thought something was wrong, that you were going to have to go to the hospital or whatever. And he says, no, you know, I'm good and everything like that. So they decide to get in the car. Key Rocks is like, what do you have planned for the day? She says, I'm going to stop by my school. On this episode, Brittany kind of irritated me a little bit, because she does what some women do in real life, right? They pin all of their emotions, all of their energy, all of their finances, all of their everything on a man, just to make this man happy. And I'm just like, I can't understand why someone would do that. You have your life to live. You should be free to live your life as well. You should be free to excel as well. You should not pin how you feel, your emotions, everything on a man. And in this episode, she absolutely did that. They got in a car. They went up to her school. She goes into the school, and she tells the school that she is going to, the director of the program, or the person that owns the school, was like, hey girl, where you been? Apparently she hasn't been to school in a while. And she tells them that she's going to take a sabbatical for about 6 months. That she's going to leave school. And Brittany is just, and they're just looking at her like, really? Like, why are you leaving school? Child, one of her classmates, right? Why Brittany is telling her that she's going to leave school because she wants to focus. She's not focused or whatever. Brittany's explanation was she wants to spend more time with Key Rock. She wants to focus on Key Rock. She wants to watch Key Rock, so to speak. And I'm just thinking to myself, child, he ain't no baby. And like even Key Rock say, I'm not dying. Why do you need to watch me? You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, I agree. Like, what are you doing? You need to stay in school so you can further your profession and everything that you want to do in the beauty industry, right? So this girl, one of her classmates, starts crying, and I'm looking like, what is she crying for? So the classmate is basically saying, I know this ain't about me, but I have 4 kids, and I had my first child when I was 16, and she gets into, she wished that she would have done what she's doing now at that time and everything, and I guess she's just trying to give Brittany some advice, using herself as an example. But I was just like, wow, that was way out of left field, and everyone else was looking at her like, girl, what you crying for? And then another person chimed in and said, you shouldn't leave school, you should continue to pursue it, blah blah blah. And then the director, of course, says, you know how much money I make. Now, the director, in my opinion, did not come at Brittany correctly. She should have took her to the side and had that conversation with her. The director, every time she gets on the camera, right, she's putting on for the camera. She's trying to sell who she is in her school, right? Because some people see a camera and they want to be famous, right? They want to get that moment of fame. And so she was like, you know how much money I make doing hair? I make $3,000 on a good day. And plus, I have this school and stuff like that. And I'm not saying stylists don't make money, because baby, stylists do make money. I'm gonna tell y'all, I had to pause on going to my stylist, right? Because I like crochet, right? I keep crochet in my hair. I love it. It helps. It's a great protective style. Helps my hair the whole 9. But when I was going to get it done with my stylist, real talk, y'all, she was charging me $200 some odd to get crochet in. Now, granted, she was doing a treatment with my hair, and she was, doing all the things to help my hair grow, help it be healthy, but she was charging some money. So I believe the director when the director said, yes, I make $3,000 on a good day. I absolutely believe that happens, because these stylists these days charge money, and that's just for crochet, the $200. When you do a lace front or any of them things, for the black community, anybody that's watching is not familiar with what I'm saying, if you do a lace front, wig, or whatever, or any type of weave, they can range from anywhere from $200 some all the way up to $1,000, maybe even more. I'm not sure. I have never jumped up to $1,000, and I never will. If y'all ever hear me pay $1,000 for my hair, I've now become a billionaire. Even then, I'm gonna be looking at it crazy. But the director was trying to encourage Brittany to stay in school. Everybody was trying to encourage her to stay in school, but Brittany decided that she's going to leave because she wants to babysit and watch Key Rocks, and I thought that was crazy. Key Rocks said in his confessional that he is a little upset at Brittany for going forward and quitting school, because he's almost like, you know what I had to do for that money? He said he talked to a sugar mama while he was locked up to get the money to send Brittany to beauty school, and to see her just piss it away and not take it seriously, he says he was a little upset with her. What else happened with them? They're riding in a car right after she told her school, I'm not coming back. She said, I'm only taking 6 months off. Brittany gets a call from her friend Shayla, I think that's her name, Shayla. And her and Shayla are planning to meet up to have lunch and do some TikTok videos and all this stuff. So Key Rocks is like, so that's the plan. You just gonna waste your life away and not really pour into yourself or do anything. You done left school, so now you're gonna meet up with your friend, have brunch, and do TikTok videos. In my opinion, I agree with Key Rock at this point. You are going to now go off and just like do nothing with yourself. However, sidebar, if y'all check Brittany nails out, I love nails. I'm a big nail person. I love going to the nail shop. I love getting my nails done. Her nails be on point though, and she did say in her confessional that she works at a nail shop. Now I don't know if she's had professional training or what, but if she is doing her own nails, let me tell you something, she might end up making more money than the owner of that beauty salon doing them nails, because I'm gonna tell you, the length of her nails can run you about $100 something these days for the nails, and then you add designs on and stuff. Women end up paying like $150 or something for their nails, but Brittany nails was on point. So hey Brittany, if you doing the nail thing, keep pressing forward with that. Maybe that is your lane of beauty in the beauty industry. It's not, the beauty industry is so wide and vast. It doesn't mean you just have to focus on hair. They have esthetician, they have jewelry, they have fashion, clothing, everything, makeup. So if that's your thing, Brittany, hey, go ahead and keep that the nails flowing, because her nails was on point. What else? They was riding in the car, and Brittany was like, "Why are you getting mad over me going to hang out with Shayla? It's just brunch. You know what I'm saying? Calm down." And she was, excuse me, y'all. I don't know what that was. But Key Rocks was like, just whatever, just do what you're gonna do. They get back to the house. Brittany is like, "You want to watch a movie or whatever," and Key Rocks is like, "No, he's walking around, basically, move out of my way. I'm trying to do this, do that." And Brittany is like, "Really? So you're mad and all that?" And he's like, "Yeah, just mad about it." So we'll see what happens with them. That's all that really happened with them. It wasn't nothing too extra. We did not get Andy and Brittany this episode, thank God, because they were getting on my last nerve, like both of them. And we're gonna go on to the last couple. Let me make sure I got all of the couples. Oh, no, we got 2 more couples. So we're gonna go on to Sheree and Anthony. Sheree and Anthony. Alright, so Sheree, y'all know Anthony party is tonight. So Sheree's friend comes over, and she answers the door, and they're all like, "Hey!" And they're hugging each other, everything, and Sheree is like, "Let's do shots." And the friend is like, "Yes, let's do shots." Okay, so they met 2 years ago. They both worked together, I guess, at a club. Sheree was a bottle girl, and the friend was a bartender, and that's how they met. They show one of their pictures together, and it looks like the typical, type of girls that work at a club or what have you. And so they coming in, and they're about to get ready for this party. Child, Sheree has hired a hairstylist to come over to her house, a makeup artist. They had a big old ring light up. I mean, Sheree was acting like she was going to the prom. She was like, crinkle my weave and stuff and all of that, do my makeup, everything. I said, is this Anthony's party, or is this your party? But we all know that Sheree was putting on this party to show off Anthony in front of her family and her baby's dad. So her friend comes out, and they show their outfits and what they're going to wear before the makeup people and all that got there. They went in Sheree's room getting their shots, and she showed the outfit she was going to wear. Child, let me tell y'all what this lady pulled out. Heck, I don't even have no props up to show y'all. But anyway, the piece of, she said, "This is what I'm going to wear." The size of this book, that was the size of the dress that she was going to wear. And it has slits in it and everything. I said, Jesus, take the wheel. I said, I know this grown lady. She wasn't no skinny chick. She wasn't big. But I said, I know she ain't about to fit her body in that dress. And y'all, let me tell y'all something. Fast forward. She put her body in that dress. And you know what's crazy? This is the most covered up that Sheree has been since this season has started. She wore some shorts. The shoes she had on was ugly. I didn't like those. They looked like space boots, and they was plastic. And she even needed Anthony to help her put them on. And he was just saying, I don't know how you want to get them things off with the jars of life, because them things is wrapped around your daggone calf like a suction. They was just like... they was on her leg. So and she had on a bomber jacket. I like the jacket. She had on this white t-shirt under the bomber jacket. I think the back was out in the t-shirt or whatever, but this is the most covered up we've seen her, because y'all already know we always meet a body part of hers. All of her clothes expose some form of body part. I do not know why. I don't get it. So anyway, they're all dolled up. They're like, where's Anthony? She's calling Anthony, and she's telling her friend, I like to stick to a schedule, and we all have seen Sheree, and we know she like to stick to a schedule. Anthony comes in. He has to get in the shower, and they're all like, hey, they're all excited. And he's like, hey, how y'all doing? Anthony's attitude, y'all, I'm telling y'all, he's like, y'all ever seen that commercial, the Clear Eyes commercial? The white guy that was on the Clear Eyes commercial that did that commercial back in the day. He's dry like him. I don't know who his attitude resembles right now that you all would know. But whatever person in your life that just has a dry attitude, that is him. He's almost like Bert on Sesame Street. Bert and Ernie. He's like Bert. Like that, a version of Bert. Picture that in your head, and that is how his attitude is. He does not get excited about nothing. Even when he says he's excited, you can't tell, because he never changes his demeanor. Like, he doesn't do anything to let you know that he's actually there. I don't get it. So he says hey to her friend, and then Sheree's like, you ain't see my cousin in the corner? He's like, oh, okay, hey cousin, whatever. So they get ready. It's 9:15. They leaving the house. I take it that they're late. They're going over to this facility to have his party, right? They get to the facility, y'all. I'm gonna describe this facility. Sheree claims she spent like what, $20,000 on this party. I think she freaking lied to us. I believe it was 20. Did she say 20,000? I don't know what she said, but whatever it was a high number. Liar. This party looked ghetto and hood as ever. Let me tell you something, baby. I can pull a better looking party together than what she did for 10 times less than what she did. First of all, looked like it was in an event space. One of those event spaces you just rent out, you know. She had like little chairs and stuff, a little fake plant in the corner, some folded out chairs. A lot of people was standing. They was up here puffing on hookahs. It was alcohol flowing. We saw some Hennessy. We saw some champagne. We saw some wine. They had the DJ up and they had a wife beater on. If y'all don't know what a wife beater on, it came from Cops. Remember the show Cops? And the guy used to always have on a white tank top. I probably shouldn't say wife beater because it could be a trigger for somebody, and I apologize for that. But it was called that term because the cops would come, and normally that person would have participated in DV against a woman. So it just, the name just got coined, and I'm so sorry if that triggered anybody. But that's what the DJ had on. And the DJ looked like he was some big dude, and he just didn't look groomed, and it was just a mess. The whole party looked super ghetto, like super ghetto. So anyway, that was the space, how that looked. Mom was up in the piece. You know, mom had to be at the party. His mom was right up in there, partying away. And Anthony, when they were sitting down on the couch, Sheree had some bottles brought to them, and she asked Anthony, you know, open this bottle for me. And Anthony's like, I don't want that. I don't want to do that. I don't like that. I was like, you know what? You are a really ungrateful individual. Even if it's not my speed, right? Like, say my husband gives me a party and I don't really want a party. Because he took his time and effort to do the party, I'm going to go ahead and act like I enjoy the party, even if it's not my thing. You know, he can put together like a spades party. I'm not a spades person, right? However, I would still participate and be grateful that he thought enough of me to give me some type of party or whatever. I don't know, but he just was so a downer, you know, a Debbie Downer at the party. So he opens the bottle for Sheree. She's all excited, I guess. I don't know. And then in walks Rich, Big Rich, and we already know that is Sheree's baby daddy, little Richie's father. And everyone was like, what the heck is he doing here? The mom is like, I know Sheree didn't invite her baby daddy up in here. That's so messed up, blah, blah, blah. And even Anthony is looking like, is that Rich? He at my party or whatever. So I believe Anthony already knew that Rich was going to be there because he said he was going to confront him anyway and talk to him. So a few minutes pass. He pulls Richie to the side. They go outside. First of all, Anthony is aggressive, in my opinion. He is a jerk, in my opinion. He has a dry, stale attitude, in my opinion. I do not know why Sheree wants to be with this man or what she sees in him, because he is not exciting. Nothing about him sparks anything, in my opinion. So he go outside, he talking to Rich, talking about some, we ain't friends, we ain't never gonna be friends and all of that, talking real aggressively. And I was like, child, I was waiting for Rich to pop off. And y'all already know in the how they edit the scene for Sheree and Anthony from last week, they made us think it was gonna pop off. I need y'all to stop trying to do clickbait on WeTV, because y'all made us feel like, oh, it was some drama that was going to go down. Ain't no drama go down. He was being aggressive, but Rich was a manly man, and he knew how to hold his composure, because all he said to him was that, you know, well, you're going to be in my son's life. We gonna make it work or whatever because you're dealing with his mom. He was very, very respectful to Anthony. He gave him more than I would have, because you would have came to me talking about we ain't friends, we ain't never gonna be friends. And even if Rich said, you know, we ain't gotta never be friends, you know, we just need to be on the same page when it comes to my son, because you're gonna be around my son. And I would have been like, yeah, and you just got out, I'm raising the eyebrow at you, I'm putting both of my eyes on you, sir, and you up here talking about some we ain't friends, we ain't never gonna be friends, and just make sure that you do what you do supposed to do, because I love Richie as a father. Rich was better than me, but he did give him a lot of grace, because I would not have. So Anthony then says it's getting late. When they showed the clock, it was like 11, I think it was like 11:45. I said, Anthony, your PO already extended your curfew to 1 a.m. Don't mess this up. If I was Anthony, at midnight, I would have left. I would have left. I would not have been chancing nothing up in there, because I ain't trying to have no drama. So Anthony says, I need to go ahead and do what I came here to do. So y'all know last week Anthony had brought Sheree an engagement ring, because y'all know they fake married. Well, they're married, but they're not really married, right? So he goes ahead in front of everybody. He says, thank y'all for coming. And he reveals to all of them that they are not married. Soon as he said, y'all, thank y'all for coming, I want to do something. We are not legally married. And everybody was like, what? The mom was like, ain't this some bull? Was like, calm down, mama. Her brother and the brother's wife was just sitting over there like, you gotta be kidding me. This whole time we thought y'all was married and y'all not. So Anthony asked Sheree, and everybody's making noise. Excuse me, y'all. Everybody's making noise and all excited. And of course she said, of course she accepted. Then the brother and the mom goes over to them. They're sitting on the couch, they're smoking hookah, drinking after the proposal. And they're like, why didn't you tell us? The mother was like, I will let you into my family, but I don't do no liars. Like, don't be lying to me and all that stuff. The brother was like, we was mad that y'all didn't send us an invite to the wedding, and y'all didn't even ever have him at a wedding because y'all not really married. What's up with that? So Sheree says that they wanted, they already felt like they was married, and so they just told y'all that they were married. That doesn't mean they were physically married and all of that. So whatever. Sheree reminds me of Letitia from Love During Lockup. Sheree sometimes acts like a bird too. She acts real immature sometimes, and really self-centered, and just all over the place. Like she don't know what's going on. Like inviting your child's father to your man's welcome home party. They would have had a conversation at another time. I would not have done that. But again, we don't know if the producer said, hey, to spice it up, invite the baby daddy to the party. We just don't know. But I don't know. She to me gives me bird vibes. So we get back to the party. The clock comes up on the screen and says 12:15. It says 12:45. I said, Jesus, Joseph, and Mary, you got to be kidding me. Don't you got to be in the house at 1 o'clock, Anthony? So then Sheree and Anthony get in the car and they sped off, right? So that's the whole car scene that we saw last week when they was trying to make it seem like that Sheree had got an attitude or something had happened and she sped off. They sped off because Anthony was 15 minutes away from his curfew. I said, child, if he missed his curfew, I don't know what's going to happen to him. And you just got out. Like, that shows how much what's her name, Sheree cares about Anthony. Because why didn't you just have the party at your house? All the people that was at that event space, first of all of them probably could have fit in her house. It didn't seem like a whole bunch of people, right? And then on top of that, you rented this space out, I'm sure. You could have saved money and just had it at your house. But no, you wanted to show off. Let's get to the next couple, y'all, and the last couple, and that's going to be Joy and Red. Thank y'all for joining me on this live review of Love After Lockup. If you missed the previous couples, you can go back and watch the replay. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to my channel, like the video, and comment, okay? Let's get it popping in them comments, okay? Because I love to respond to the comments. So, Joy and Red, right? So, Red... as y'all know, they came from the seafood place last week. So fast forward to this week, Red and Joy is riding in a car. I guess everybody else got in a different car and went on their ways or whatever. So Red is going with Joy to the hotel. They had left the seafood place. He's going with Joy to the hotel. Red is like, yeah, I can't wait to get up in this hotel. I'm like, their sexual chemistry is disgusting. It makes my stomach turn. It makes me want to throw up. I'm like, oh God, every time they kiss, every time they have any type of sexual whatever, it is so disgusting. I don't even know a better word to use. So Red sits up here and he says he can't wait to get up in the hotel and everything. So they pulling up. Janome, she's on her level of excitement too, I guess, child. I don't know. So they get to the hotel, they go in, and Red sees a bar. Child, the way Red acted when he saw the bar, I thought he saw like a unicorn walk through the lobby, or like a something exciting, something else exciting. He's like, ooh, we gotta go do that. And I'm like thinking to myself, well, what is it? Child, they get to over there to the bar. He says he has not had a drink in 10 years. I said, oh, wow. And so when he gets to the bar, he asks the bartender, y'all got Crown Apple? Y'all got Crown Apple? And Joy is like, Crown Apple is my drink too. And I'm like, Joy, whatever. I don't believe Crown Apple is your drink, child. I believe you just had that as your drink because Red wanted that as his drink. So they go ahead and get 2 drinks, and they're sitting there and they're sipping on the drink, and Red is like a happy fat kid in a candy store that got cake too. I don't know what kind of reference that was, but whatever. He's sitting there, he's so excited. He's like, oh my God, I'm drinking and everything. And he's all grabbing Joy's thigh and cupping her thigh and rubbing on her thigh and stuff. So I'm saying, yeah, I can't wait to get upstairs and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, my stomach was doing cartwheels. I was like, please hurry up and get this scene out of the way. So they finish their drink, they get to the elevator, get on the elevator, and they tell the camera crew, y'all can't come in the elevator. So the camera crew stays outside the elevator, but you can still hear them because they're mic'd up, kissing in the elevator. Their kissing sounds like kids that are kissing that's like in elementary school or something. It sounds so juvenile. They're like and I'm like, oh gosh. I was like, oh. So they go up there, they bang, you know. Red says that he had a good night in his confessionals. He said, you know, they had sex and more sex, and I was like, and I'm sure. And the next I think it's the next morning, they wake up and Joy's sitting there and she's like this. And I'm like, girl. So Red is like, you know, that was 10 years of pent up frustration. And I'm like, ugh, can y'all get on with it? So they get dressed or whatever, and he's going over to his mom's house. He gets over to his mom's house, and he's just like, he made a decision to actually go to Mexico. You know, his mom wanted him to stay in, where is he? Ohio, no, Missouri. I think it's Missouri. His mom wanted him to stay there, but Red is like, he want to build this new life, start this new life with Janome, so he's going to go on to New Mexico. So the mom is just like, okay, well, I guess it's nothing I can do, whatever. So they leave from there, and Joy takes him to go get his hair done. Because, child, y'all all know Red needed his hair done. So she takes him to go get his hair done, and they go into this lock place. She had made an appointment with this loctologist. And she's like, Joy's like, so how long is this going to take? And the lady was like, it's going to take about 2 hours. So Joy says, okay, well, I'll be right back. She leaves. Red is in the chair and stuff like that. Now, the editing for this part was trash because the lady was looking at his hair. She was like, woo, I can see you ain't had this done in a while. Yeah, tried 10 years. He said he been growing his locks for 10 years, and when he got locked up, I know wasn't nobody up in there doing his locks, but you know what? He had the wrong people in his prison because, as we know, who used to have their locks done? Quaylon from a couple of seasons ago. He had his locks laid when he came out. Okay, so he had somebody up in there that knew how to do some locks. I don't know who it was, Quaylon, but his locks was always done. And some of these inmates do come out looking good. And if y'all watch Orange is the New Black, or y'all ever seen Orange is the New Black, I wonder in male prisons, do they have the same like setup? Like, cause they had like a salon area that one of the, what was her name on there? She was a transgender too, a woman. She was transitioning into a woman, and she would do everybody's hair and do beauty stuff up in there and everything. I wonder, do they have that in the male jails? Because a lot of these inmates come out and they don't be looking that bad, but some of them, you could tell the jails that ain't have it. And Red's jail definitely did not have it, because that new growth he had, this is how much new growth Red had, the same length as my twist. So he up here in the chair, right? And then all of a sudden we get him, you can see the fresh part and the way she had rolled it, palm rolled it and everything. And I'm like, did she wash his hair? So how they edited it, I don't even think they went back to the bowl and saw him get his hair washed. They was probably like, that's not important. But at the same time, it's like, well, us watching it would just think that, you know, a tarnish against her skills and business. We'd think she just started doing this lots of stuff. But they was already, you know, kind of far gone. So they probably sped up the process. They probably shot the last hour of him being in the chair or something. I don't know. But anyway, while Red was sitting there, he said, let me call FaceTime my bestie. Child, his bestie is somebody named Judy. Check this out, y'all. I'm gonna stop popping my lips in one. That's the ghetto in me to be like, I do that from time to time. But y'all will get used to me. So, what happened? Red calls Judy and he says, hey bestie, what's going on? You know, I had to call you, I'm out, blah blah blah. And Judy says, he says, you look good. And she's like, thank you, whatever. And he's like, well, how do I look? And she says, I mean, you look good, but I don't know if I should be saying that because we besties, right? Right, with a question mark. And I'm like, what's going on here with Miss Judy? So Red then tells us that he met Judy after Joy cheated on him and told him that she had got pregnant. He said, well, you ain't the only one that's about to be out here finding somebody that's worth the time. So he met Judy. Judy used to be locked up as well. He said that they started writing each other and they met up with met each other through pen pal, I guess, and then, you know, they started this relationship. Of course, she had got out way before Red, probably. And he said that she is putting $3,000 on his commissary, $3,000 on his books. And he said, told her over the phone that I'm gonna have to link up with you. I'm gonna have to come see you. And he says that he gonna have to do it behind Joy's back because she don't want him to talk to other women. I'm like, duh, of course. She thinks y'all in a relationship. You about to try to move to Mexico with her. Of course she does not want you talking to no other women. So the whole time he on the phone, right? Y'all know how you be getting your hair done and the stylist be back here and you might be on the phone doing stuff. That's why when I get my hair done, I either don't be on the phone or I make sure I'm not doing nothing on the phone that is really like secretive or really big or whatever. Because the daggone stylist was over his shoulder. She was like, all nosy. And that would have been me too. So then the stylist goes and says, after he gets off the phone, he says, all right, well, we gonna link up. It's gonna be real short and sweet and all this stuff. So he gets off the phone and the stylist was like, what's up with that? She said, what's going on? And he was like, the way he was laughing with Judy, you can tell that maybe that was his flirt laugh or what, I don't know. So he tells him, hi, that's my friend, you know, we just cool, we just friends. And the stylist was like, She was like, well, make sure you keep it cute. Don't be out in these streets, you know, frolicking around, you know, it seemed like you got a girl. She basically was saying, you know what, be careful. Just be careful. So, and that was it basically with Red and Joy. They showed a segment of Life After Lockup, and a lot of these couples are going to be on Life After Lockup. That was on Life After Lockup. A lot of them are going to be on there that was on Love After Lockup. And some couples that were on previous seasons. So they're going to be having some old couples and they're going to be having some new couples. And I'm going to be here to review it as well. So if you are new to Life After Lockup, Life After Lockup is the beginning of them all. That is the baby. That is the grand poobah. That is the starting of this show. And then you have the spinoffs, which are Love During Lockup, which I don't really care for, because really the drama don't start until after they get out of jail, right? And then you have Life After Lockup. This is after they get out of jail and they've been living with each other for a little bit, and they're going on into their life together. So you have 3 little segments of this whole franchise and series that they continue to go forward with, right? And I love reviewing it, love watching it and everything. And so that's why I decided to do a review for this particular show, because I've been rocking with it from the beginning. Shout out to Harry from a previous season, y'all. If y'all remember Harry and Indy, Harry used to always say begin, and I was like, I'm never saying beginning again. I'm just going to go ahead and just end it at begin. So, but anyway, that's an older couple. But y'all, I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for rocking with me. This is the end of my review. If this is your first time watching my review, go ahead and give me a great big thumbs up, and then go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Drop in the comments what couple you are feeling, what couple you are not feeling. If you think Brittany made a big mistake by leaving school, go ahead and drop that in the comments as well. I hope that you all love the review, and I will see you all next week for another review of Love After Lockup, y'all. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed Sunday. I hope you get some rest, you get some things handled, y'all. I gotta work tonight. Y'all, so much going on in my own life. I gotta work tonight, and I got a school project that's due tonight, and I don't know how I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I have today and I have tomorrow to get my project in for school. And so y'all, I'm probably going to take a nap before I have to be at work, and then I am going to have to, when I get off work, I'm gonna have to freaking child, I don't know, I'm gonna have to do that project on Monday, but I have until the whole day Monday to complete it. So I'm gonna have to get it done. But y'all keep me in y'all prayers. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good. School is almost over for me, so I'm gonna be good, y'all. But anyway, thank y'all for joining me, rocking out with me. I love y'all so much. May y'all be blessed and have a happy and great Sunday. Anything you want, put it in the atmosphere, y'all, for 2023. Tell God all about it. Tell him what you need. Tell him what you want. Remember, life and death lies in the power of the tongue. Continue to speak life that you might live. I love y'all. Bye.